Thank you for tuning in to the Rony TV podcast, local news and international news. Let's begin. The House passed the big, beautiful bill by a narrow margin, 218 to 214. All Democrats voted against it, and every Republican voted for it, except Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie and Pennsylvania Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick. New York Congressman Hakeem Jeffries tried to delay the vote by talking for 8 hours and 45 minutes, breaking the House record for longest floor speech. The bill passed the Senate earlier in the week after Vice President J.D. Vance cast a tie to breaking vote. What is inside the bill? New deductions for tips, overtime pay, car loan interest, expanded limitation on the state and local tax SALT cap. We continue. U.S. President Donald Trump mentioned that the U.S. had signed a deal with China. The deal includes a provision in which China will supply the U.S. with rare earth elements vital to major U.S. companies, particularly in the auto, semiconductor, and smartphone manufacturing sectors. We continue with TPS update for Haitian National U.S. District Judge Brian Cogan ruled that Kristi Noem's early termination violated federal law and blocked the premature end. The court ordered TPS remain valid through the original February 3, 2026 deadline. The ruling emphasized that federal agencies must comply with statutory notice timelines and that recipients have a legitimate expectation of receiving benefits through the declared expiry. To follow up the bombing in Iran, officials and experts have suggested that the U.S.'s 30,000-pound, 13,000-kilogram bunker buster bomb is the only weapon capable of destroying the Fordo fuel enrichment plant, a facility believed to be central to Tehran's nuclear program and carved deep into a mountain. The United States is the only country to possess these bombs, which it delivers using B-2 bombers. If deployed against Iran, it would represent a major shift from primarily intercepting missiles on Israel's behalf to conducting active offensive strikes against Iran. Our correspondent asked some question to Tariq Ali, an historian and editor at the New Left Review Journal in London, regarding Israel-Iranian crisis. Let's listen to the audio.
There's no pretense. There's no attempt to say we're acting according to international law. Effectively, what the United States and its allies decide becomes de facto and de jure at the same time. So this assault on Iran by first the Israelis, clearly with the green lighting by the United States, who wanted to keep it limited nonetheless, has created a total crisis. The question is, who decides on the monopoly of nuclear weapons? At the moment, very obviously, it's the United States who decides. Israel is treated completely differently from Iran. I mean, if you do a historic balance sheet of these countries, after the Iranian Revolution of 1979, the West, using Saddam Hussein as a relay, launched a war against Iran. This war went on for 8 years. Millions of lives were lost. The United States knocked down a passenger plane during this war, an Iranian passenger plane. Iran is surrounded by nuclear powers. Israel, who no one questions or even discusses seriously, Pakistan, India, China, etc. So the question arises, why shouldn't the Iranians have the right to do so? I think many of the senior figures within this milieu in Iran must be regretting that they signed the treaty in the first place. Israel didn't, Pakistan didn't, North Korea didn't, so why should Iran? Why should Iran be treated separately? Is it something in particular about Muslims in the region? I mean, the most aggressive power is Israel. We're sitting through a genocide taking place in Palestine every single day. And this country is permitted to arrogate to itself the power to bomb yet another country in the region. I mean, in the rest of the world, this is regarded as totally shocking. And its effects, I think, will be felt in the months to come, regardless of what happens in Iran. I mean, Iran can see what happened to Libya. They can see what happened to Iraq after the Israelis went and bombed the nuclear energy centers inside Iraq. So they're unlikely to just cave in. I think they've realized they've made some mistakes in negotiations by giving too much away. Even that was kicked out of court, saying it's not enough. We don't believe you. You're liars. You're aggressors.
We continue. Diddy was found guilty of 2 counts under the Mann Act, transporting people across state lines for prostitution, but acquitted of the more serious sex trafficking and racketeering. He remains incarcerated at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. His bail was denied due to concerns about public safety and potential flight risk. The world's 4th richest man, Bezos, and his bride, Lauren Sanchez Bezos, got married in a private ceremony with about 200 celebrity guests on the secluded island of San Giorgio. For the past few days, residents have protested across the city over what they have said is anger, as Venice suffers from over-tourism, high housing costs, and the constant threat of climate-induced flooding. According to the Venetian Environmental Research Association, Bezos donated €1 million, $1.17 million each, to 3 environmental research organizations working to preserve Venice. In other news, to fill the shortage of soldiers in the war against Russia. The Kartia Brigade launched the first Ukrainian military campaign dedicated to recruiting women to fill the shortage of soldiers and strengthen technological units, drones, intelligence, electronic warfare. Around 50,000 women already serve in the Ukrainian army. We continue. In Ecuador, drug lord Adolfo Macias Villamar, known as Fito, the leader of the powerful Los Choneros criminal gang, was arrested by police. He is accused of plotting the assassination of presidential candidate Fernando Villavicencio in 2023 and of drug trafficking. He was the country's most wanted fugitive. A study conducted by researchers at MIT Media Lab has revealed the effects of ChatGPT on the human brain. The report sought to assess how the brain reacts after regular use of the OpenAI platform to conduct their study. The researchers divided 54 subjects, aged 18 to 39, into 3 groups. The first group was given the help of ChatGPT, the second was allowed to use the Google search engine, and the third was asked to do everything on their own. The results showed that the ChatGPT essay writing group all produced extremely similar work, lacking originality and relying on the same phrases and ideas. The analyses also revealed poor executive control and attentional engagement. The MIT researchers found that of the 3 groups, ChatGPT users had the lowest brain engagement and consistently underperformed. The group instructed to write essays without any help showed the highest neural connectivity. That is the conclusion. Stay tuned to Padnet TV. Dondon 604 editorial will be next.
I am so glad you ladies are here. You each have your own rooms.
Thank you.
Get settled in. I'll call you for dinner. Adopting teen sisters, it's a lot. Girls, you're gonna be late. You want breakfast?
No thanks, we're good.
They're always in their own world.
What'd you get there?
Twice the work. Twice the surprises.
Just try it.
But if you think of it that way, they're also twice as fulfilling.
I think you should ask her yourself.
Is it okay to call you Mom?
Of course you can.
Thank you, people, to tune in to Ronnie TV podcast. I'm your host, Don 604. Again, we're gonna have a wonderful time together. For those of you who listen to me with your smartphone, shout out to you. For those of you who listen to me with your smart TV, shout out to you. Yes, this week, let's get right away. Let's get right away on the news. So today, the big news, it's P. Diddy. They didn't. He was not, guilty of the RICO charge and also sex trafficking. So. As you know, he had pled not guilty to all charge. So they said the 2 count of transportation to engage in prostitution, of which he was found guilty. Both carry sentence 0 to 10 years in the joint. So. So most likely, he's almost free. Like I always say, free P. Diddy. I know if you don't like my editorial, when I say free Diddy, I'm saying people are a bunch of hypocrisy, bunch of hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? Back in the 90s, people were dancing, fornicating to his songs. I'm sorry if I say that like that, but people were enjoying his songs. I'm sure he did a lot of favor. He paid a lot of people tab. He paid a lot of people bills. But if that guy was a maniac, why are you accepting his favor? If he had such of behavior, why you did accepting him? I don't know the man like that, but I heard, because like I told you, I had a friend who used to do beats for him. You know what I'm saying? Let me take a quick break and just to give the flowers to all the Padnet TV, all the Padnet people. For those of you wants to be involved into production, television, so Padnet is the place. Padnet is the hub, and you could have your show just like me. You could become a member also, just like me. And they're located in 117 West Victoria Street in Long Beach. Call them. They have big studio, big equipment, big people, resourceful people to help you achieve what you need to achieve. You heard, yes, I'm fortunate to be with them. Without them, you will never see my show. No, it's not like that, but without them, I would never be on Spectrum 32, Frontier 41. So therefore, public access is free speech. Remember that. Public access is free speech. This is what it is. So you gotta stop, being lazy. Do something with your life. Do something right now when it's possible. We are in borrowed time. You know how it is. We're in borrowed time. That's what I just want to say. I'm really happy to be there, and I'm really happy to be consistent with the help of the Almighty, the man above us. So shout out to all the team, the Padnet TV people. Yes, to come back to the story of P. Diddy. Right now, but apparently, they wanted to, they thought he was going to get free until they sentence him. The judge again denied bail. So I guess they see all those pictures, they see all this behavior. So the men have tendency to to be a freak, control freak. So again, free Diddy. So at least he's gonna learn from his lesson. People have to learn from his lesson. And also, I don't want to say only free Diddy, free Cassie also. Free Cassie, free all the people who were in bondage because of him. Free all these people, I'm saying? Free Cassie especially. We all saw the video in the hotel. That's really disgusting, disturbing. And then he came to apologize, like pretending like he's a saint, is like an excuse will erase everything. Please, you're just digging yourself more, P. Diddy. Let's take a quick break and come back again. We're gonna come back with the big, beautiful bills. Yes, they accepted. And what it is? What is the big beautiful bill? What is the big beautiful bills? Stay tuned, people, to Ronnie TV podcast. We're right back after these messages. Thank you again, people, to tune in to Ronnie TV podcast. So, what is the big beautiful bill? Some people, apparently, sometimes you got to listen too, because I heard most Democrat were against the bill, most of them, and the Republican were in favor, except two senators, two congressmen were against it. We're gonna get back to that after that. So what is the what was passed in the big bill and the big beautiful bill? So they said increase the small business tax deduction used by 26 million entrepreneurs annually from 20% to 23%. A tax cut. Job Creator Network has long been the leading voice for the bill. Also restore 100% immediate expensing, allowing business to write off investor expansion and modernization. So yeah, it seems like they say it's good for the richer, the big billionaire. That's what they're saying. But they were thinking about the small people. They were talking about the small people. So they said, it's the tax cut. They're saying the legislation for a tax cut, border security, and welfare reform. We see the video. Some, my people saying to the kids, don't go to work, don't go to school. You're not gonna go do that because I'm gonna lose all my benefit. That's what she's saying. So she didn't want her. I don't know if it was AI, but that's what I heard. So. So it's a legislation focused on tax cut, border security, and welfare reform. Say it's a primarily aim at fulfilling President Trump's second-term agenda. It extends expense on tax cut enacting during his first term, include provision for the border security and defense spending, and make change to welfare program like Medicaid and SNAP. I'm saying it's really bad. It's really bad. So I heard, it's really bad. It's so sad. People's gonna lose some. I heard some news saying people's going to lose by 2034, a substantial of people going to lose by million, going to lose the Medicare. So Medicaid also, it's like Calcare here in LA and Los Angeles, California. So this is really sad. And the SNAP, people's going to lose that too. And they're saying people have to get to work now to, people have to get to work to get all access to that. It's so sad, So it's saying, they should not vote on that, but Hakeem Jeffrey did everything. He's always a combative person here, man. He's a combative, and he's always doing a fight. He's always doing the fight for the people. I think, because I think he believe, he's a decent person, because I think he believes in his constituents, because he's always fighting. He's always fighting, and maybe people laughing at him. People say, "Oh, against him." He's starting to talk for more than he gave it to him. You know what I'm saying? But he did what he has to do. But what you will do if it was you? None of us do nothing. Most of the people don't do nothing. And Democrat, you guys are always acting too late. In 2026, that's when you acting. In 2025, it's almost 2026. You're playing defensive. You're playing defensive game. That this is really sad for you guys. And Republican, shout out to you guys. You getting you're getting the puck where it's supposed to go, on the goal and the net. So you guys do what you got to do. It's if it's your policy, it's your policy. But please remember, the people are included in the policy too. You got to forget, you can't forget the small people. Let's take a quick break again and come back. For more explanation on the big bills. Thank you, people. So I just came into it's, I don't know if it's from the White House, but they're explaining the myth and the facts. So let's get into it right now. They said, the myth said, the one big beautiful bill is just a tax break to billionaire. So the fact saying, the one big beautiful bill delivered the largest middle and working class tax cut in U.S. history. The president legislation will put more than $10,000 a year back in the pocket of the typical hard-working families. This is the most pro-growth, pro-worker, pro-family legislation ever crafted. Wow. Okay, you heard that. Another thing said, if it's a myth, the one big beautiful bills take from the poor to give to the rich. We always heard that, So the fact saying low-income worker stand to receive the largest percentage reduction in their tax liability. The one big beautiful bills deliver the largest tax cut in history for working and middle class American. Okay, it's that we didn't explain too much, but we got to know, what I'm saying? We got to ask question. So another myth, the one big beautiful bills make it life more unaffordable. And the fact, the bill deliver bigger paycheck, expanding take-home pay by over $10,000 a year for a typical family. This is like utopia. I have to stop that. If it looks like it's utopia, we don't know yet. We do not know yet. Another myth, it's still a fact. The one big bill make life more unaffordable. We don't see that yet. You know what I'm saying? If they're gonna benefit from that. So another myth. They say the one big beautiful bills urge low-income family. I guess it's the same question that before, The fact that the one big beautiful bill is the most pro-family legislation ever crafted. It will deliver bigger paycheck, giving more than $10,000 boost annually to everyday family. We are also expanding opportunity zone, expanding child care access, increasing the child tax credit, and creating newborn saving account. So I guess it's the how you call that again? The it's not the child benefit, but when they have a name like when people make a baby bonus. So sorry, baby bonus. So yeah, they said they have a baby bonus. It's gonna give a baby bonus. So you're making more baby, you got more bonus. Okay. This is I guess that's a fact. That's a good way. Another myth. So they said the big beautiful bills is just a handout to corporation. So the fact says the bill drive a blue collar boom with tax relief for workers, support for small business, and investment in American manufacturing. The one big beautiful bills deliver the largest middle and working class tax cut in the U.S. history. It look like I'm talking like Trump now, say. But hey, we don't know yet. So another myth, the one big beautiful bills leave American worker behind. That's a myth. The fact said this is the most pro-American worker bill in history. The one big beautiful bill boosts pay for million and with no tax or tips or overtime. Those working hourly and service job receive additional tax relief. So when you do overtime, they're not gonna tax you. When you get tips, they're not gonna tax you. So that's mean, I'm not trying to be the boogeyman, but every time they give a hand, people take 3 to 5 foot, put in their pocket. So we got to be careful on that. So no tip, no tip. They're not gonna tax tips. They're not gonna overtime. They're not gonna tax overtime. So you could do as much as overtime you want. They're not gonna tax you. So that's good. That's good. In reality, we're gonna see that if it's people abusing of that. So another myth. They say the one big beautiful bills kick American families off Medicaid. So the fact said, as the president has said numerous times, there will be no cuts to Medicaid. The one big beautiful bills protect and strengthen Medicaid for those who really own it. Pregnant women, children, senior, people with disability, and low-income family, while eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. The one big beautiful bills remove illegal alien and forced work requirement and protect Medicaid for the truly vulnerable. So we're gonna see that again because now people using AI to fill up the application. So if I put the wrong words and if I gotta, I heard they say now it's every year. So they're saying you gotta fill up that to be on Medicaid. You gotta be that every 6 months. You gotta fill up your paperwork and make sure you're on point. If not, you're gonna be denied. You're gonna be cut off. This is sad. We're gonna see that if you really work like that. As of today, as of right now, that's not working. People cannot, digest that. That's the way I could put that. So they're saying also the myth, the one big beautiful bills will close rural hospital. Rural hospital comprise just 7% of all the hospital spending and Medicaid, illustrating that they have no benefit from the massive increase in waste, fraud, and abuse under the Biden administration. By strengthening Medicaid, we are making more resource available to vulnerable population and safety net provider like rural hospital. We are expanding rural hospital protection, providing target funds for rural care, and giving states flexibility to support local provider. That was the fact. So it's we got to see that, you know what I'm saying? So another myth, people will literally die from the one big beautiful bill and millions will be kicked off the health care. The fact saying this is one of the most deranged attack from the left, peddling fear over the fact. The one big beautiful bills protect eligible American on federal welfare, including Medicaid, by strengthening the integrity of Medicaid, by eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. Its resource can be refocusing on providing better care for those whom the program was designed to serve: pregnant women, children, people with disability, low-income senior, and others vulnerable low-income family. So yes, it's we have to see that, you know what I'm saying? We have to see that. Another myth, they saying the big beautiful bill will hurt people with disability. And the fact saying the one big beautiful bill protect and strengthen Medicaid for American with disability. Rest assured, those with disability receiving Medicaid will receive no loss or change in coverage. You heard that. So this is you know, hey, this is debating, but people have to live through it to know it. So it's already passed. It's passed. There's nothing we could do. We gotta, you know, go fill up those papers and make sure if you were lazy, you gotta now find a job. If you were frauding, stop the fraud now. Stop frauding all the people. You know, so most likely you have to, you know, change your way of living, change your way of the way you're gonna make money. You just gotta change that. So this is what it is. I'm almost done, people. I'm almost done. Like I said, they asked me to do the shorting, the editorial, my point of view. And I want to tell you also, if you don't like my sauce, if you don't like my sauce, get you another sauce. You like tomato sauce, so try to find a recipe and get that. No, I'm just saying, if you don't like my news, it's only a resume news. So if you don't like my news, find yourself another channel. Okay, so that's it for today. And like I said, free Cassie, free Diddy.